Hi guys, my name is Michel with Michel Real Estate. You guys can call me Michael. And in this video, we'll leave the real estate behind and we'll be talking about a question that comes to me so often. What is the language that I need to learn or to be speaking here in Luxembourg? So stay tuned, we'll go through the different languages and hopefully you'll feel more reassured to come to Luxembourg or to stay in Luxembourg if you're already here. Let's get right into it. So why do I make this video when I'm actually more of a real estate guy? Well, to be fair with you guys, I get this question quite a lot. What kind of languages are important to be speaking here in Luxembourg? And the answer that I can give you right away, and then you can skip to the end of the video, is that basically language is very fluid here in Luxembourg. In other words, if you would have children that would go to school here, they would be learning anywhere between 3 to 4, even 5 languages before they turn 18. We will have Luxembourgish, French, German, and of course English. Sometimes there's some Portuguese, some Italian, or whatever kind of other language you will choose to teach your child yourself as being your mother tongue. But those languages, so the German, French, Luxembourgish, and English, will definitely be taught in some way or form, which means that not all of your children will have the same amount of hours given to your child in language education, but at least they will have a notion of it. The languages that are most spoken here in Luxembourg are, first of all, Luxembourgish. What? Luxembourg has its own language? Isn't it a dialect? Guys, I've heard it so often that I'm getting actually a bit tired of it. Yes, Luxembourgish is a language. It was considered a dialect a while ago, but we have proper grammar rules now. There's dictionaries, you can learn language in a language school. So yes, Luxembourgish is now officially a language. It was seen as a dialect to German, but once it was determined that there is a clear difference between both languages and that the grammar is not the same, we have now earned the status of Luxembourgish being a language. So since there is still 50% of the inhabitants speaking Luxembourgish, Luxembourgish is the most spoken language. But every single Luxembourgish person is fluent in as well German and French. And they also often know some English. Which means that the second language to be spoken here in Luxembourg is of course French. We are surrounded by, on one side, Belgium and France, which means that the influx of those countries, so the people coming to work here, is of course higher than the one from Germany. So we will speak a lot of French in our daily lives, especially if you would be in Luxembourg City. The third language, of course, then is German. So the Germans that came in from their side of the border basically brought with them also some language, and of course we will see this all represented in the legislation of Luxembourg, which is written in as well French and German, which means that in both cases these languages are considered legal languages. There has been a lot of debate lately about turning Luxembourgish into a legal language as well. There has been some pushback from lawyers, especially the French-speaking lawyers, who do object to this for obvious reasons, of course. And I think that not too long ago there was a petition put in for turning English into a legal language in Luxembourg as well. Not sure what happened there though. In any case, if you are an English-speaking person coming to Luxembourg, please do not worry about what languages you will speak. Most people here in Luxembourg already know that not everybody will speak their given mother tongue. So we always find a way to get the job done. Is it difficult? Yes, of course, at times it can be very difficult to find an agreement. If I have clients which only speak Portuguese, it will be very difficult for me to get them to, let's say, a rental agreement if they don't understand everything. If you are English speaking and you see a rental agreement, let's say, and it is written in French, I can only translate it to you and give it to you as is, but you will still need to sign a French or German rental agreement because these are the legal languages. That's why they're not in Luxembourgish either. So we always find a way to get the job done. We always find a way to order our food. We always find a way to hand over our money to a cashier, even though we did not really understand the number that they just presented to us. There is always a way. In other ways, I can also tell you this, is that language, like I said before, is very fluid here in Luxembourg, which means that sometimes languages shift from left to right and you don't even notice anymore. For instance, I can be on one phone call speaking German, all of a sudden I notice that this person actually is Luxembourgish and we will go over to Luxembourgish speaking. I have people come to me and ask me where I'm from because my French apparently is so good. I had no clue, but it apparently has no accents. And they ask me where I'm from, and when I tell them that I am Luxembourgish, they are surprised because they thought that I would have a stronger accent. In the end, what it comes down to is that even though we have all these different languages coming into the country, leaving the country, having all this fluidity still makes it a very, very viable place to still get along and find your way in it. So don't worry about the language, just make sure that you at least know one of those four. If you know one of those four, you are good. If you don't know it yet, come to Luxembourg and find out how you will be able to learn a language so quickly. I mean, our brains as humans, our brains are just so incredibly adaptable that they will be trained at some point to learn a new language regardless. Will you have an accent? Oh yes, absolutely. But don't worry about the accent either. Everyone else has one too. So Luxembourg is absolutely a great country for studying languages, in my opinion, but also to learn new languages. And if you don't feel like you are capable of learning a new language, just come to Luxembourg and find out how capable you actually are. Alright, so this is my short video on languages here in Luxembourg. If you want to see more videos, I hope to see you in the next one. Again, my name is Michel with Michel Real Estate. You guys can call me Michael.